Mic check 1 2. We're coming in hot on a Thursday afternoon. It's the Thorcast. We got a good one for you this evening. We're gonna do a live wash demo of that new Quiver Rogue soap. BC, what's happening on your side of the web there?
Nothing, man. Just
you look a little tired.
What? Nah, I'm good, dude.
I see some bags under the eyes. You getting enough sleep? You resting up over there?
I'm doing pretty good. I just working. We're working. I work more now than I did with 2 jobs.
Look, I had an F-350 come in this week, and then you sent me a picture of an F-350 hanging out in your garage. What's up with F-350s this week?
I've done
these trucks are massive.
Like 2 weeks.
At least yours is clean.
Yeah, it's clean. I gotta rinse this, wash it. It's pretty clean. This truck is massive, bro. Like
massive. It's like washing a house.
You know what I did? I forgot to order some interior coatings, but thank God I got like 4 leathers and a ceramic spray for the floor lights. It's just massive. The truck is huge.
Nice. Yeah. So I finished mine up. Mine had some real chalked up trim. I'm talking about almost completely white, like in the grill.
Costs more than my house.
Yeah, that truck is. I don't know if they're getting ready for the zombie apocalypse or what.
Yeah, they got that truck run the
windshield guards. It had bumper guard. Like it's ready.
Oh, that truck looked like Walking Dead. Rick came out of the hospital.
Yeah,
and he's ready,
just mowing them down. Yeah, but that trim was chalked up, and I reached for some Mile Deep Black. That stuff.
Mile Deep is good, bro.
Mile Deep is like
Mile Deep is good.
That's good stuff right there, and it doesn't have
like how many times can you call something good, and that just so everyone knows like we don't bring trash to the door.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's a good point. But like every time I use black, I'm like, this stuff has no fumes. It has a pleasant smell to it, and it's real weird. It's just real unique product to go about, trim restoration wise. You kind of put it on. It's like a gel. You rub it in, and then you can see it literally like soak into the plastic. And then once it's black, it's black. It does a really good job.
The cool thing about it too, it dries pretty quick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you can literally watch it as it like goes into the plastic, and then you can wipe off the residue if you want to. There's not much left because once it goes in, and then it just makes it really look really, really good. Makes it trim hydrophobic, that kind of stuff. It's good stuff.
I've been working on this other video for mine. It's been taking like 2 weeks to video. Yeah, I literally have. I'm just gonna go back to just using the iPhone, no audio.
Hey, Eddie Cologne here. Sing a little bit.
Make it look like the Blair Witch. The problem with it is I'm trying to make it different every time. Only reviews though so much, but this one means a lot to me because it's how I started my business, but it's how you could start yours. With that said, we got some wild news coming out next week, so you want to be on the podcast next week. This news is as big as when Thor launched.
Yeah, it's pretty massive. But before we get to that big news, look, there's some big news right now, especially business-wise. It's Memorial Day weekend. We have a huge sale going on, running now until Tuesday. So we're going a good little time, 20% off almost everything in the store, 25% off Thor Towels Detail Co. So it's a good time. Good time to start business, CC. If you want to do a little quick summer job, stock up right now. Stock up on coatings.
Oh yeah, coatings for sure. Like
coat all through the rest of May, June, July, August.
We've been spending a lot of time with our chemists too, talking about we get so excited about what we want, we forget what is it. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
well, our dude sneaks in some secret stuff.
Yeah.
He'll drop it on you like it does this too.
And we're like, just hey, why is this cheating and beating? And then I have orders.
He's an overachiever, right? He's an overachiever.
He goes, so everyone knows, this is a good segue. Like, we go back and we talk about the things because V2 things are coming out, not for a while though. New labels are coming out for every single bottle.
New labels.
You'll know it's a V2 if you get the new bottle with the new label. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So Thick and Slim, we made it. We knew what we wanted, but in talking to him, we get some people, hey, it's cheating and beating. Is it a cheater and a beater? And talking to a chemist, I think it was 2 days ago, he's like, I thought I told you that. I go, oh, I don't know. So if you're expecting to be like Pan's coating is nowhere near. He made it so it evacuates water, especially so you don't get water spotting, because he said that's one of the big deals lately is people will let it bead and it's in the sun. It's real hot, gets water spots. So if you use Thick and Slim, it's still durable just because of sheets. It was made that way to sheet and bead.
Yeah, especially on the vertical panels, like on Chelsea's video, she got it up there on the roof in the glass, and it's sheeting a beast. It just sheets everything right off of it. Where when me and you tested it, in the garage, on a more on the hood there, it was beating like a champ. So
it'll be, but it'll sheet too. But it's
yeah, it
not
just depends
like
on
a
the
slow
water.
sheeter.
Yeah, all that good stuff. But
What else we
yeah,
got?
there's some secret stuff in those coatings.
What else we got? What else we
They're
got?
real special. You should
Oh,
check them out.
Yum! We got a big shipment getting air freight. Shout to Yum for
Oh my goodness,
all
the
their
Yum
sacrifice. My lord, bro.
restock is happening.
And I'm gonna tell you something right now.
At least a chunk of it.
People messaging, calling, can they do pre-orders? Nope.
No, it's like PlayStation 2 and 2002. You got to be in line.
I sold my line. It was in Philadelphia. I sold my line. We waited all night, and I was like the fourth in line. I sold that spot for like $300.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I said $300 to get up and walk away.
A PS2 though.
I don't care. Like, bro, $300.
You had to wait a month.
$300 to walk away, bro. I'll wait for it. There's no game in this world that's gonna do anything for me. I just paid that mug and walked out. And I remember the guy's like, "Yo, you for real?" I'm like, "I'm for real. Give me the money, bro." We didn't have Venmo back in the day, so it was right. It was like real dollars.
Shout out to Nick, man. Him and Kelly been like literally staying up. Like, get some sleep, people. Look. So y'all get ready for the Yum restock. Man, they've worked real hard to get us this shipment. And it's going to be wild. So be ready. End of next week, it should go live. So stay tuned.
But remember, everyone, next week, Jamie, we got to hype
next week.
Next week, Thursday, massive release. Something massive. It's not a product. It's not a chemical. We got big news coming next week.
Speaking of massive release, we had a good release this week with some soap, which we'll be demoing here shortly. But it is not on sale Memorial Day. It just came out yesterday. So it does not go on sale this week, but you can get on that business program, get a little change off. Look, 35% off detail code, 20% off door towels, 15% off everything else. If you're not signed up, now's the time. Summer's about to get rolling, everybody. So
they want to hint. People want hints.
Nah, you can no hints.
Nah,
no
this
hints.
one is one of those.
Wait.
This is one of those you be on next Thursday, and then we'll get hate for the rest of the year, and we'll be good to go and see you at SEMA. By the way, we're in the West Hall this year, dude.
West Hall.
We in the West Hall, bro.
Yeah, we made it. We made it to the big show. So, in the SEMA, the booth's going to be a big show.
Yeah, SEMA's 30 by 30. It's massive. The booth is huge, and then we got a lot of people coming. Not a big time. It's gonna be a show. So, stay tuned for SEMA. Wait till we start dropping how the booth's going to look. That kind of deal. It's going to be exciting times coming up. When would in the Thor universe? I'm telling you right now, we didn't get any air freight 5 liters, so that's coming by sea.
That's coming by sea. It's a slower process. Look, they're big, all right. They're way down the
by sea also would be the rinseless wash and our collab product by sea.
The wax. You excited about the wax?
Different color, different scent, same brilliance.
Yep,
you know what wax I used the other day that kind of blew my mind, and I saw Phil Miranda do this for a long time, is Glossum. Never used it, so I got Aaron sent me some because I wasn't going to take it out of my own inventory. Look, you want me to try it? You send it to me. He sends it to me. I put it on. I used the machine. I wiped it off. I go, my lord, bro. Phil Miranda? That wax slap.
Dude knows what he's talking about.
All of it's on sale. Yep. E-Foamer, get yourself. It's on sale.
I think the E-Foamer sold out, though.
It's
sold out, David. But it would be part of the sale, but it's gone. So restock, I think, is a few weeks away for those. But appreciate everybody who's checked them out. That kind of deal. Memorial Day sale, Shout out to the Fallen. Big week here in the States. If you're listening in overseas, Memorial Days. You got any plans for Memorial Day weekend?
Yeah, I'm working.
What you gonna do? Working? Yeah, that's a good idea.
I got a brand new. So this is you remember I told you I'm testing all these products. So I did 7 coatings in 2 weeks. I have testing everything that I have, every new thing coming up. I'm testing a new brand from Germany that I've been testing, and then I got a Grand Cherokee Inside Out Platinum package on Memorial Day. Jeez. And then this truck. And then I did 2 cars back to back. Yesterday, remember I told you a guy calls me. This is a crazy story. They won't bring the guest on. So shout out to my customer, right? I get a call. He's like, hey, man, I really need you to polish my hood. I go, what's wrong? He says, I use 400 grit on the hood of his car. I go, you did what? He says, I did 400 grit. And then he went throughout the whole hood, bro.
This was a funny story.
The whole hood, he did 400 grit. I go, you did what? I said, yeah, bring it on. Let me do a test bite. And I said,
I'd like to know whose YouTube video he watched.
Hey,
Busted out the 400 grit.
Hey, here's what you do: never use 400 grit on your paint. 400 grit. So he comes out. I felt bad, right? He's an IT guy here in Pocatello. He goes, man, can you fix it? I said, look, I could do a test spot. If I do a test spot, if it burns through paint, I'm not liable. Are you okay with that? He goes, yes. I made him sit there and do it. I was able to use 1500 grit to level it, right? There was still some deeper scratches, but I was scared to chase it because, it's going to burn through paint. So I did 1500 grit with the new Sick Disc from Car Pro, did a corner of it. I was like, oh my Lord, I was impressed because Angel Wax came up A50. Then I used A50 and then I went back in. I cut it, cleaned it up, and he was like, oh my gosh, what a difference. I said, look, I'll do the whole head, $200, but you're going to have to watch me do it. I pull up the Viper chair.
Look, you're going to have to sit down.
Let him sit down. I wet sand the whole hood, made $200 in like 25 minutes. I was like, oh, snap, bro. The fact that it came back, bro, 400 grit. Never use 400 grit on your car.
Never.
That's wild.
Never. Look, you making that Josh V money over there. $200, 30 minutes. That's wild.
I'm leaving to Florida next week.
What you doing in Florida? What?
Got some Pops, dude.
Oh yeah. That's right. What you think Pops is up to? What's he up to?
I don't know. I'll call you from
there. I bet he's cooking something good for Memorial Day.
Last time I went there, the whole time, I haven't seen the man in 10 years. The whole time he's talking about, so Jamie the cleaner. I go, Dad, you want me to call him that? Dad, you want me to call him? Like, he wasn't even subscribed to me. He was subscribed to you.
That was the best phone call.
I was like, Dad, you want me to call him? He's like, yeah, call him Junior. I said, all right, Pops. I call him. And you remember we were talking to you on the phone like he was like a celebrity. He don't even care about Josh V. He thinks Josh V sucks. But he's like, Jamie the cleaner, bro. Jamie the cleaner. The whole time, Dad's like, Jamie the cleaner.
That's what. Yeah, I'm still waiting on the first pressure washer. I wonder what he's got. I bet he got a Ryobi now. I bet he went to Home Depot.
I'm gonna go pick him up one though.
There you go. What's happening with Christy? I don't know what happened to your wrench. Look. I saw Aaron last night or the other night on the Funkin' Homies. He was hitting all kind of buttons. So look. And I think I accidentally made him a moderator. I'm taking his moderator status away.
Make her a moderator?
I'm going to make you a moderator again because I think Aaron was pushing all kind of buttons the other night on the Funkin' Homies. So I'll get you fixed up later. But anyway, Memorial Day weekend, the warehouse is on point. Our amazing customer service team's on point. We're ready. So still, it takes patience, right? So let's get Josh V on after a quick message from our customer service team.
Hey guys. Have you ever wondered why your package doesn't arrive in 2 or 3 days after you place it on our site? Let's clear up that confusion. When you place an order, the first step is order processing. This is when your order gets entered into our system and is then forwarded to our warehouse team, who picks, packs, and gets your items ready to ship. Usually, this takes 1 to 3 business days, but can vary slightly depending on our overall order volume. Once your order is processed, it's handed over to our shipping carrier. Now, the 2 to 3 day delivery clock starts. So, your total delivery time for your order is processing time plus shipping time. So please, the next time you see 2 to 3 days shipping, remember, this doesn't include the processing time, which can be a few days sometimes, especially during our sales.
What a great video. Shout out to Mr. Bobby. Killing it on the customer service team. Our whole team's pumped up this week, so we're taking it to a whole nother level, Josh V. How's it going?
Yes, you are. Good, guys. How about yourself?
Josh V. I'm going to be honest. My dad don't know you, but I know you. Right? My dad, no, look, for real. I told my dad the other day, I was like, hey, do you watch Josh V? He go, who? Where's Jamie the cleaner? I go, all right. I came out my mom's private parts, and he didn't talk to I haven't seen the man in 10 years, Josh. And the whole time, he's got a 3-year-old pressure washer. He's like, let's send this to Jamie the cleaner. I go,
yeah, that's classic, dude. Hey, real quick, can we talk about SEMA? So West Hall,
yep,
and then
West
also
Hall, Josh V.
That's huge. The booths, what size?
30 by 40.
What was it last year?
30 by 8. Dude, it was so small last year. I barely last year.
Wow. Yeah, I was like, well, it felt like 20 by 10.
No, I think it was
was it 30 by 8?
Remember, we bought it. Thank God they had a spot left. We bought it late.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in the far corner, North Hall, next to the, no disrespect, but look, the janky, Chinese brands. All right, that's where we were.
They're right around that corner. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it was we were in the, Shadesville of SEMA, but still a good time. Still booth was
you remember
popping, kind
that
of deal.
company across from us on the booth, Josh?
Yeah, I mean, we thought we were gonna die at one point.
I paid $1,200 for these chairs. I come back, my chairs are gone.
Were they really?
Yeah, they took it across the street.
Took our chairs.
Our people from the Middle East was like, "Yo, give me those chairs." I looked at her. I was like, "Yo, I want my chairs back." $1,200.
Oh man.
And then they start setting it up, and it's like this thing that comes off the roof, and you put your luggage on, and then it clanks back up.
Amazing idea, by the way.
Amazing idea. I don't think it's an original idea. I think someone's doing. I think it was.
He almost knocked out. The guy was.
Yeah. The first time it starts to come down, and we're live. This is our reactions on the internet. It like gets above this guy's head, and it's like breaks. Broke the rest.
No
of
way.
First time they used
the rest of the day. They went to the food court. They started walking around SEMA.
Yeah, booth was just empty the rest of the week because it broke for day one.
Ouch, dude! That's a big investment to have that go.
It's wild.
Yeah, this year SEMA, we're West Hall, 30 by 40. We're gonna have a podcast booth. It's gonna be popping.
That's incredible.
It's gonna be great. You know what else was popping? Look, you gotta get the team all ready to go when this man right here drops his new products. All right. So he dropped the hot soap this week. Not the hot coat. You already dropped the hot coat. Hot soap.
Yeah.
Rogue. So tell us, Rogue.
What does it mean?
What is that? That's yeah. I'm like, what is Rogue?
Can we go through your whole line? Because I'm confused as hell, right? We got hot coat, we got Rogue, we got Quiver. Let's do the whole line because people think you're coming out with just some dumb names.
Again, I grew up surfing, right? So I wanted to kind of base it off some.
You were a professional, right? There. Professional surfer.
I got paid. I wasn't. I mean, not top level. I did get paid. So
I got paid. Yeah.
So Quiver is like. I have a quiver of surfboards, meaning so I'll have 10 to 15 boards, depending on what kind of conditions there are. I'll choose a certain board for that specific kind of condition. So that's kind of wanted to create with the brand. So hot coat is kind of like the final process when you're glassing a surfboard. So it's that final coating that you do essentially. And then Rogue, like a Rogue wave. I just picture a giant wave out in the middle of the ocean, capping tons of foam, and so that. For the soap, that kind of made sense to me.
So a Rogue wave.
It does mean something. That's like Rogue.
See that there's logic behind it, right?
X-Men.
Yeah, that's wild. No idea. You see, you ever went surfing?
I went surfing, dude. You see my body?
No,
type?
you didn't.
You don't got a board big enough to sustain my ass. Look, I'll go on that board right now.
Look,
one time I did.
When we go out to Josh V's, we're going surfing.
You know the one that you put on like low water and you run and you slide.
Yeah.
Skimboard.
Yeah, I did that one time and I hit the floor so hard that I thought I'm running. Woo! I go about 15 feet, lost my balance, dude. My whole body juice, bro. I got Kung Fu Panda.
Oh my goodness, that's fun.
I've never been able to do those things either, dude.
They're hard.
Jump on it, I'm out. Yeah,
I liked. Only thing I've ever done is a boogie board.
There you go. Yeah,
you flop on them like a seal, and you just ride that mug in. That's easy. I can do that.
That's right. Like, you gotta go other places to get good waves. Florida don't really get like.
Yeah, Florida sucks. You can only skimboard.
You get sharks. You get sharks and molested.
And jellyfish. Dude, you go to Pensacola wrong time of the year, you jellyfished up. You getting stung no matter where you go.
I was on a trip
in
Mexico one time.
Literally 2003. 2003.
Tectonic plates moved after that.
You know what? For that comment, I hope you water spot your car, bro.
That was funny. Oh man. Anyway, Rogue, it's orange. Why is it orange, Josh? For you?
He's gone. I don't know what.
Hang on,
he's gone. He's out.
He's getting calls.
There we go. I'm back. Sorry. No, I had to. I'm just on my phone. I had to plug my phone in. Why is it orange? No, honestly, I thought it looked good with the teal. That's pretty much it.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you said on your video you made perfect soap for you.
Yes.
What makes it the perfect soap for Josh V?
So foam, obviously, right? I love a good amount of foam. So and people have talked about that in the past. Foam doesn't necessarily mean cleaning ability, right?
Yeah.
But I wanted it to be a good cleaner for a pH neutral soap, tons of foam, and the dwell time is phenomenal. Also, as a mobile detailer, I wanted it to be something that's safe to work on in the sun. I still recommend, obviously, if people are washing in the sun or whatever, don't spray it, onto a super hot panel, cool that panel down and all that kind of stuff. But it is direct sun friendly. So
I always wanted to ask you, Josh, like, we made our soap. It took 7 months.
Took a long time.
Even I tried it yesterday. 1 ounce of soft wash. It foamed a little bit. 1 ounce of yours.
That's crazy, right?
It's a mega foam.
I know.
You
It's
made
a lot of foam for 1 ounce.
It's a mega foam, so
Too much.
for sure.
2 ounces
For sure.
It's way too much.
Yeah, if you
for
need
sure.
like the directions say 1 to 4 ounces, if you put 4 ounces in that foam, I doubt it foams. I think you're gonna blow up some pressure washers or something. With
That was the
4
whole thing. It's
ounces.
just
That's
like
nuts.
depending, like if you're using the Ryobi, the new Ryobi 1.8 GPM, and you're
Yeah.
just using that little foam blaster. I actually
Oh.
haven't tested it on that, but still, like if you're using it in that situation, that's why I wanted to put that kind of range. But yeah, 1 ounce is really all you need.
I bet the foam gun
Yes,
blows
man.
up.
I
Shout out to
knew it
Rich
was
Beach.
crazy. It's I put 1 ounce because I was testing it because I was like, "There's no way this foam's as good as Incredible Suds or as good as there's this other foam from NovaCare SP1 Wash. That foam's real good at 1 ounce. Foam better than all of them. Whereas Ivan, close your ears. I was like, oh, not only that, if you put 2 ounces in a bucket at 5 gallons, it's slick.
Increases the slickness for sure.
Yeah.
With the foam cannon, I feel like if you put too much, and that's why I tell people just like use it sparingly, because if you put too much, you almost there's that dual surfactant, right? So there's still that secondary layer underneath, but if you cake it on too much, obviously you can affect your dwell time just because it's so much that's going to be pulling down. So 1 ounce, perfect. Tons of foam. You get that secondary surfactant, tons of dwell time. Good to go.
Should I pay registration? Look, you're not gonna want to miss our SEMA booth, okay? I'm telling you, we'll make it worth your time. You come out to SEMA. Ain't that right, EC? It's gonna be. If you thought last year was popping, this year's gonna be big pop.
I mean, I'm just glad we decided not to stay at a hotel this year.
Yeah, you don't want to stay at
No,
Westgate.
The Westgate, bro. My underwear was missing. The shower barely worked. Like they
My
had
shower didn't work. Period.
They had like no fan in the hotel room, so when when you had to relieve yourself, it was smelling for a week. Air conditioner worked like every other night, so it was like I would put the air conditioner at 60, come in, gone, dude. This is hot.
Dude, this Sprite plus tea is giving me like a sugar rush, like straight to the.
I told you
this right here.
I told Josh every time when we meet up and we fly somewhere together, he's like, "Yo, you see, I'm back on carnivore," and then we fly somewhere. He's like,
why they got 61 grams of sugar in there?
He runs. He goes. He goes. I'm on carnivore. EC. I've been eating meat all week. He's like, "Hey, can I get 4 muffin tops?" And
yeah. Look, UK's coming up. We gotta get whipping.
It doesn't count when you're traveling, right?
The
whole
walk
time,
it
bro.
off.
The whole time.
That's right.
Or he'll text me meatballs. I'm like, that sounds real weird.
Anyway, back to Rogue and Quiver. If Rogue performs as well as Hot Coat, I'm in. Yeah,
Hot
Josh,
Coat's fantastic. I love that stuff.
I like your staggered approach. You're coming out with Foam Cannon first, then Hot Coat, then Rogue, and you're just knocking them out the park.
It's really just a case of like trying to. I mean, there's a few things I'm working on. It's just it's a process to get them going. And when it's ready, it's ready. No need. I didn't want to kind of hold back on things. I'd rather just let them out as they come.
Yep. Yeah. So far so good because Rogue matches Hot Coat's performance as well. And Hot Coat, is wild. Hot Coat
couldn't be easier to use. Like that, I love that stuff, dude.
Yeah, I'm almost out of my bottle. Because that's all I've reached for since it came out. That's all I've reached for.
Piss me off.
I'll try and use and I'm like, no.
How are you gonna make this? Piss me off, right? Like, I'm gonna leave it to. I'm gonna keep quiet. I'm pissed off.
Let's hear it, Eddie. Let's hear it.
Like, hit him with it.
I'm not gonna say it.
Like BBC is going to Fremont Street.
Yo, you go to Fremont Street. We went Fremont Street halfway, and then when women started coming out with no clothes, we turned around. That place is dirty. Hey, you go to Fremont Street if you're single or hate your marriage.
Right before the White Castle, too. I was ready to try some.
Yeah, we were about to see the Trump girls, and we turned around. We're like, nah, dog. I mean,
Anyway, if you got a question for Josh, you can start dropping them off Star on that kind of deal. But anyway, what you got?
At the same time, dude, you got Fremont Street. It's kind of like it's also the place. Like if you're in Vegas and you have your kids, that's kind of a spot to go to for.
Yeah, That
You
seems
know?
to be the tourist spot.
You bring the
Yeah.
kids to Fremont? I don't want my kids.
That's
I
like
haven't.
the touristy spot. You got to go to the Fremont.
But yeah, they like, the whole screen above your head, the whole, like,
yeah.
there's bands
Bro,
playing and
literally,
stuff.
they had no. I'm never bringing my kids. Never bring my kid to Fremont, bro. Ever. Would you ever bring your kid to Fremont?
No.
Josh, let me hear Josh. Josh a free bird, son.
I would. So I haven't, but I would. I would.
No way.
Don't do it,
I
Josh.
keep.
You
I
would
keep
never
them
bring your
close.
kids to Fremont. There's no
You
way.
got to let them see the world, man.
Don't. Can you imagine my girl's like, Mom, what is she doing? I'm like,
Mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business.
It's true. What time did you guys? I mean, I guess it's pretty much any time. As soon as it gets dark.
we went on a Sunday. We ate at this breakfast place, and then we only went Sunday because we never been to SEMA, so we didn't know how everything worked.
Yeah.
And the Westgate won't let us go in until like it had to be like 2:00 before you could check in.
Yeah.
In the rooms, because we booked everything late, it was like $400 or $500 a night. We go to Fremont, we eat breakfast, we walk down, and it's popping. There's like a race going, or people are jogging, like running a marathon or whatever.
There's like a marathon going on.
And then we're like, all right, let's leave this place. After 2 hours, we were down there. We leave the place, and then we go. I didn't know that Vegas had tortoises or chipmunks lived in the ground.
Chipmunks, tortoises. Yep.
Like it was literally like a nature walk kind of thing.
We learned
It's weird.
things. Dude, this Sprite is coming back on me.
A little too bubbly.
A little too bubbly.
Dude, I told you, this guy's an idiot. And he's got to go wash
The
your
mic's
car.
coming. Yeah, let's go wash your car. All right, Josh, are you ready to put this soap to good use?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Look, I'm
I
about
wish I was there with
out.
you, man, to do it with you, but
Yeah, that'd be great because it's real hot and I need
Yeah.
some help because we're doing my truck today. So let's run a commercial and I'll hop out there and we'll get this party going.
sounds good.
Josh, you got a boat?
I do. Little bass boat, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Josh, why you got a bass boat? You don't fish.
Dude, I love
Tractor.
bass fishing, bro.
Really, bro?
Yeah, I love it.
All right, let's talk about what changed in your life because you got a tractor now. You got an old Ford truck. I'm gonna start calling you the Waltons, kid. You got an old Ford truck. You like bass fishing.
Trying to get back to simpler times, dude.
You like, and you only have like half an acre.
Dude, I told you, I'm very proud of my acres, man.
You got chickens too, right, Josh?
We do have chickens, yeah.
Dang,
Yeah.
dude. So you beat the egg rush, so you don't pay for eggs.
Nope.
That's
All
crazy.
organic,
Not
nice, fresh
at all.
eggs every morning.
There you go. Can y'all hear me good?
Yeah, I see.
We can, yeah.
All right, perfect. So we're out here. We got the truck all lined up. We got the Rogue. We got the hot coat in the bucket. I got that yum wash mitt. Wash mitt's probably coming by sea, huh? It ain't coming by air freight, is it?
Yeah, we are. We got some coming from air freight. They put it all.
Heck.
So we got tri-fiber mitts coming by air freight. We got
Five
woolies on order. We got the bags coming.
Look at his fibers. Look at this. He showed us this mitt in person, and we got mad because, like, that's a good mitt.
It's a good mitt.
That's a good mitt. All right, Josh, we got the QUIVR Foam Cannon. I got the Ryobi automotive pressure washer. So just so you know, everyone knows, might be new. If you ain't seen my, 200,000 view video, I got the Ryobi 1.8 GPM automotive pressure washer. I'm not running anything fancy. Got the 100-foot Cobra Jet hose to. I did change the gun. So update on the Ryobi pressure washer is after using this thing for a couple weeks, this thing actually does. It's not very ergonomic. It's kind of like fake ergonomic. All right, it does start to.
Yeah, but for them to give you a gun for $150, you're winning.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like it's still the gun
And a
still
40-foot
gets you through.
hose.
Yeah, you do a couple jobs, you upgrade to a good gun. After using, the good guns for quite a long time, that one did start to hurt my hand a little bit. So it's not the best ergonomic wise, but it'll get you through for sure.
Ryobi, that's his opinion, not the opinions of Thor.
Someone put the disclaimer in the chat. Disclaimer in the chat. Look, I gave you a good review. All right, already. You know it's on the internet. So we got 1,000 milliliters of water in the QUIVR Foam Cannon. Hopefully you can see. Hopefully it's coming in nice and crispy. I figured out how to
Yeah,
kinda
your
get a little bit
internet
more
kind of
heat.
sucks.
What?
Yeah,
Your internet sucks.
No,
Look, I'm in the garage.
Josh, let him know, Josh. Is he choppy or is it me?
Am I
Honestly,
choppy?
it looks really good from my end, bro.
There we go. Look,
bro,
your
I
internet
got the
sucks.
best internet in the
Your
world,
internet sucks.
son.
All right.
Yeah, it's nice and crisp over here for me. Yeah.
So Ryobi QUIVR Foam Cannon. What's Josh V's dilution ratio in the QUIVR Foam Cannon?
1 ounce, sir.
1 ounce, sir. All right. So that is about 30 mils, huh? Of soap. Boop, boop. So here we go. What is the scent in that Rogue soap?
Pina colada.
Pina colada.
Pina colada.
Smells amazing.
I talked about it in my video. It reminds me of Slurpees for me
Yeah.
growing up. Smells very nice.
Very nice. So I'm gonna put that in that can in there.
How do you like the color, Josh? The orange, that deep color orange. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, I think looking like a color wheel
Hey
against that
Jamie,
teal,
they
I
want to
think it
see
looks
4 ounces.
real
So do one,
I'm
and then
not.
no, Jamie Furrow, do one and then
No.
do 4.
I ain't changing. Every time you get me to change it up on the live stream, look, something goes wrong. You made me watch Kati Ball.
People want to see
made
it.
me
Hey, let's
scratch
show
my
them.
car up with sandpaper and then I ain't
Oh,
listening
my
to you on
Lord.
live streams.
Hear
no
me
more.
out, bro. Hey, do one,
I
spray on
ain't
the
doing
front
4
clip.
ounces.
Do 3
ain't
ounces. Come on, bro. Do 3.
Josh V said 1 ounce in the QUIVR Foam Cannon.
Chat's
I'm
asking for
listening
it.
to Josh V.
Our
I'm
partners.
listening to the man who made the soap. All right. He
Hey,
wants
Josh, you want
to
to
see
see
his
4
soap.
ounces? Tell this guy you want to see 4 ounces.
No, he doesn't.
Everyone wants to see 4 ounces, bro.
How much in the bucket, good sir? 4
Nine.
gallons of water about here.
Do 6.
So I usually sorry, how many gallons do you have in there?
About
You
4
said
gallons.
4?
Yeah.
I mean, I still typically just hold to an ounce on that as well.
Are you
But
for real?
if you do, you increase your slickness on the wash mitt for sure.
Throw it on that tri-fiber.
Dude, I really want JTC to try a 4 ounce.
We are not doing 4 ounces.
The people want to
That
see.
is-
Look, the people in chat want to see it.
do not want to see that. They're trolling. Trolling the
Between
chat.
one of those, next time it rains, your whole driveway is going to be foamed up again from it.
Yeah, they're trolling on the live stream. All right, look, we got the
I'm
pressure
gonna use it
washer
like
on.
my dad. Do it for my dad, Jay.
No, look,
All right, Dad. He's
this is straight from manufacturer's recommendation. Okay,
Dad. Jamie said you suck.
do not do that. All right, look, 1 ounce, all you need. We'll even show half ounce in a minute. So I got a layer of dust and dirt on the vehicle. We're gonna foam her down. It's not I washed this not too long ago, so it's mostly just dust and debris. We're gonna see how it goes. So here we go.
No one wants to do crap. And he's using a Ryobi with a 1.25 orifice. That's wild.
Yep, I didn't even never
you
even
still have the
changed
125 in there?
All right, Jamie. We saw Josh V's video. Really don't care about this. Put the 4 ounces in that mug.
I'm not listening to you.
Look, that is not me. The people want to see it, Josh.
The people do not want to see that. They do
I
not.
did see a few comments come through. I did see
No,
that.
you
There's
didn't, Josh.
there's
Don't
almost
listen.
100 people on. Put the 4 ounces in that mug.
Look, we're trolling. All right, look. Let me do this.
Oh my Lord, dude. Hey,
4
Josh,
ounces. I'm
so
trying to
your
break
whole
my
Yes,
setup.
sir.
in your mind is not to you making it for yourself, huh?
Yeah, so I still operate my detail business, and I just want stuff that works specifically for me. Again, I'm in 99% of my business is still mobile, even though I have a shop. So I just wanted to make stuff that works in all situations that
All right, someone start the clock.
are my new go-tos.
We're gonna see
Okay,
how long
and then
it will.
what's gonna be? Are you gonna announce anything next for you? Like, what's your goal? Like, you don't use glass cleaners. You don't do.
I don't
anything
use
like
glass cleaner. Yeah, we can do a bottle of water, I guess.
that.
But
You're gonna sell
I am-
Quiver bottle of water.
Quiver distilled water. I like that idea.
Hey, Jamie, the chat wants
What?
to see 4 ounces, please, dude.
No,
The
they
chat. Hey, Josh, the chat right here is saying 4, 4, 4, 4, 4.
don't. Chat.
He's checking.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Stop
Dude,
lying.
Hey, do 3. Let's do 2. Let's do 2. See what 2 looks like.
No, I'm going to do a half ounce.
This
Real
guy,
opposite.
he is not for the
Y'all
culture.
want y'all?
today, guys.
The
He is not
test
for the
going
culture today.
the opposite direction. Y'all, why would we want to go?
Because my
4
dad,
ounces.
my dad doesn't know what 1 ounce is. He's gonna glug it. The people want to see 4 ounces, dog.
They do not want to see 4 ounces. They want to see half ounce. All right?
Everybody wants to see 10 to 1.
No, they don't.
Can't believe it. Josh, this guy's a troll.
Clean this out.
Josh, did you
Yeah,
have a
dwell
soap in
time.
mind where you were trying to? Josh, did you have a soap in mind? You were trying to have similar performance as you were making yours.
Yeah, so I mean, there's always ones. I mean, I've talked about in the past. I love GSF. I love Incredible stuff. Like, there's tons of soap that I really like. Mega Foam was definitely an inspiration on the amount of foam that I wanted. So really, just kind of
No one cares.
trying to mix them all together.
So
Now
you
let's
made a
go
soap for you. Come on, 4 ounces, Jamie. Let's go. Let's go for the people.
This is gallon. That's heavy.
Oh, this guy sucks. Dude. This guy's the
15.
worst.
This is way more impressive than doing.
No,
4
it's
ounce.
not. People want to
I
see
love
what
the
half
growth
an
area.
Half an ounce. Let's see what half an ounce can do.
Oh,
Oh
man.
my gosh, bro! I wish to the Lord you'll be a teammate today.
Look, last time I was a teammate, you made me wash Katiba wet wax off the surface.
I promise. I promise. Do 4 after
wet
this,
wax live. Apply. Do you want to see it? Do you want to
Oh.
see it live?
bro. You
They
gotta
didn't
do
want
it
to see
for the
that.
people.
Right? We washed it off. Look at this dwell time though. So good stuff there. How long has it been? 3-4 minutes.
Not long enough for you to use 4 ounces.
We didn't use the 4 ounce. Actually, we'll just foam over the half ounce. Test this out. So let's see what half ounce, Joshua. If I can quit spraying myself.
Yeah, yeah,
You do?
Josh, so you were going for cost. You're going for being easy to use, cheaper, things of that nature, right? This is no disrespect to you, Josh, because they think of you as a cheap man, but you're not. You're looking for economics.
Yeah, exactly. And I even talked about in my video the cost of this soap. Like I started working on it and trying to get it to exactly where I want it to be, and then came to find out, well, it's actually more expensive than where I ideally would have wanted to put it. But when you start looking at, like, again, at half an ounce, you're still getting that kind of foam. It's actually like cost per use is super like a really good value.
That foam's real amazing for half an ounce. That's nuts.
For half an
That's
ounce,
nuts.
yeah, right.
That's
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, but
still
you know what's more
pillowy.
impressive? To see how much foam could come out with 4 ounces.
What for 4? Yeah.
So after it dwells, Josh asked off some questions. How well does it clean? So you think, has it been a very effective, foam, rinse, foam type of soap for you?
Yeah, definitely. So again, like bird droppings, things like that, it is pH neutral. So, but it does a fantastic job of lifting everything off and getting that all cleaned up.
Let's talk about that too,
There you
because I
go.
don't want people are going to buy your soap and say, well, if it's pH neutral, why didn't you take all the dirt off? pH neutral is not meant to take all the dirt off.
Yeah.
Right?
To begin with.
Yeah, exactly. So again, I wanted the surfactants to be able to lift the dirt. The stuff that's heavily stuck on. So again, this is completely safe for ceramic coatings and things like that. So ideally, if you're just using it to maintain your properly cared for vehicle, it handles that perfectly. If you need to go in for your contact wash, again, the lubrication is really high. So even if you have a heavier debris, it helps break that down when you go in for your agitation.
Josh, I'm looking at your notes here for your label on the website. It says 1 to 4 ounces on desired foam. We desire to see more foam. Like, it's on your label. Is it not on your label? You said 1 to 4 ounces. Did you? You didn't say half an ounce. You said
you're right.
1 to 4.
No, you're right. Yeah.
How many
you're
people's
right.
in the chat? If there's
100
people
100.
on, I'll go. There ain't no 100 people on.
There's 100
Nah.
people on.
93. At 100 people, I'll put 4 ounces in there, all right?
Hey, your label says 1 to 4, depending on the foam, because you're looking out for those that don't have maybe a big pressure washer or a lot of flow.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why didn't we say, or what, do you want them to use half an ounce? Like, what's your goal for this? What do you want people to use every day?
So my favorite is 1 ounce. If you're trying to stretch it out, you're trying to save some more money and all that kind of stuff. The car's not heavily soiled. If you just actually, what I like to do is usually I'll go 1 ounce, foam it on, let that dwell, rinse that off, and then typically before I go in for my bucket wash, I'll refill with half an ounce, fill it on there, so we're getting another fresh layer of lubrication.
Jamie, we got 100
and then hit
people on. Look, we got 100 people on. Time to foam it. 4 ounces.
Nah, it says 98.
That's a 98. Stay for a second. It's going
plus
to 100.
plus us 3.
It's going to 100. It's going to 100.
99. Where we at?
99. One
Tell your
more.
mama.
Let's go. Bring a friend. Tell your spouse.
Bring a friend.
Let's foam the hose off the street.
Easy rinse off. It did a very effective job here. Of course, I have that base layer of protection. that obviously helps the pH neutral soap
Mike G's on.
lift and
We dropped
emulsify
because
and
you suck, dude.
remove off the surface. So
4
good
ounces.
stuff there.
Beautiful.
I don't think it says 100 over there. Look, we got the Tri Mitt Yum Wash Mitt.
Dude, that wash mitt is glorious.
Actually, Josh, do you like to refoam the surface before?
Yeah,
applying
while
the
you were
wash
spraying
mitt?
that down, I typically do that at half an ounce.
All right,
Just
here
to
you
add
go.
some back onto
So-
the surface.
Refoam the surface.
You don't want to see half an ounce. Okay, let's go.
And this is just a quick refoam.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone, if you
Just
have
put
questions
some-
for Josh, ask it in chat. We'll start and we'll go through our Q&A. Thanks, Josh, for coming on. I know you're a busy man. I appreciate that.
Of course, man.
Since
Of
my
course. Thanks
partner
for
isn't
having
going
me.
to do 4 ounces and make me happy, I guess, Josh, what about using this to help with APC, pre-spray, dwell time,
That's
pre-spray?
sweet.
Oh, that's a question for chat. I'll answer that question, Bobby, in a second. I wish I could refoam a surface. Oh, we got 99 people on. Once it hits that 100, get your ass off that ladder and start foaming.
Hey, you better
Once we
calm
hit
down, sir.
100, get you off that ladder and start foaming it.
Well,
I'm telling you,
get 100 people in here. That's all I'm saying.
tell me the slickness of half an ounce. How do you feel about it, Jay?
Slickness is nuts. 1 ounce in the bucket, sir. So we got 1 ounce in the bucket, half ounce foamed on. It's doing just a fantastic job here.
Angela Medina, Jamie, says foam it 4 ounces.
Well, if Angelo better call his mama, his uncle, his cousin, his brother. He better get them on.
Get it
here.
over 100.
Look at this. Look at
Hey,
witness
ask
this
your questions. I'll start him. I promise to ask it. Josh, we got a couple questions here. I'm just going to ask him why he watches since my teammate isn't going to do what we asked him to do.
That's
The XL
nice.
shirts for Thor coming back in stocks. We're doing another order for all the big and tall people. I didn't want to call you fat, but remember it was our fault that we're big. All right, and then the second one is difference between mild deep and solutions finish, Jamie.
I want to know that.
Ooh,
That's
so-
a good question.
So Mild Deep doesn't have that black dye, so it's a cleaner formula to use. But I'm telling you, it's the restoration ability is really good. I used it at EC's house on a dumpster. Remember that dumpster trim we used it on?
4 ounces, yep.
It brought it back. I mean, it has worked on some fantastically bad trim. Now, durability wise, do you think it rivals that of Solution Finish in your testing?
I'm thinking about 4 ounces. I didn't hear what you said. What?
We ain't look there. How many people's on? Angelo call his cousin or nothing? No, 97. I'm
97.
sorry. That ain't 100. That ain't triple digits. So you have to
When it
wait.
hits triple digits, I don't care if it dips. We need that foam. All right, and then we got more questions for Josh. Josh,
Oops, I broke it.
I have a real question. Is there going to be a quiver hose or not gardening hose that is not heavy? Oh, I'm not going to say that out loud, but he wants to know if you're making one that's good.
Yeah, so obviously everyone knows I love the Uberflex hose. So on a garden hose side, I haven't really thought about that. On the pressure washer side, yeah, I've been working on a couple different things. So I'm doing a special hose with the guys from Uberflex. They're made domestically. All that stuff's good. So we're gonna do a special run of a Quiver styled Uberflex. And then I am also working on a secondary hose as well that's steel braided because I want to give an option for everyone. So like with with some of the active pressure washers, they require a steel braided hose. So I just want to give that option as well.
Thank you, Josh, for answering these questions. We got more options. We got more questions here. Josh, how many ounces of Rogue in a foam can? If you're Jamie, you ain't doing 4. So let them know what is the dilution for your soap.
Yeah, typically, like my favorite way to do it is 1 ounce in a full foam cannon, full 32 ounces, and then add the 1 ounce in.
All right, Josh. How well does it clean? What pH level?
pH neutral. It actually it sits at a 7. I've tested it in multiple different situations, and it sits it really bounces right around like 7.3, something
Josh,
like that. So it's pH.
You got 102 people on. Jay, get that at 4 ounces, dog. Get the 4 ounces.
Oh, be dang. Oh, be dang.
Josh, sorry for interrupting you. Get that 4 ounces.
Okay.
Shout out to everyone coming through.
Man of my word.
4 ounces. Yes. Hey, Josh. You tested it with your expensive thing, undiluted
Little pH meter. So that's where undiluted is bouncing around 7.3, 7.35, something like that. So yeah, right there.
Everyone, thank you for calling your friend, your sister, your brother, your cousin. We got 102. I want 4 ounces in that mug. I want you to see it. I want to see the glorious foam. Let it rain, let it pour, let it be foam. Now, Josh V does say on his label 1 to 4 ounces, so we're not doing anything
Yeah, so
off-putting.
One more thing to mention about the pH too is like depending on what your water is out of like if I'm just using water out of my house, it usually sits like if I just test the water out of the tap, it's actually about an 8. If you go deionized, it drops it to a little more acidic. So obviously there's fluctuations there, but
all right, that's about 4 ounces. Huh? I made a mess.
Oh my Lord, you're the worst. Pour that mug in there. Oh my gosh, it's glorious. That's as orange as my Christian life, son. 104 V1, that's gonna stain the concrete.
No, I'm sure Josh V ain't coming out with a problem.
105
Right? There ain't gonna be no staining with the Josh V.
Hey, you remember that video Josh did a long time ago when it stained his concrete? How pissed he was.
I remember. I just moved into the house. I do remember.
Dude, you were so pissed. I've never seen you mad in your videos before.
Shake this up.
Oh man,
this needs a good shake.
Yeah, he did say it. That's what Jamie said. He said it out loud.
What'd I say?
You said the F word. We got 110 people on foam that crap.
I ain't say nothing.
Nah, that's what Alex said. You said F it. You just over poured, got soap all over the place.
It's about 4 ounces. Y'all gonna break my good QUIVR Foam Cannon. Look, I waited a while to get this right. Oh, I got to turn the pressure washer back on. Oh, I'm a fan. Almost died. Live on the internet. Now we're ready. All right. 4 ounces. Y'all ready? You smash that like and subscribe?
I'm just staring because I'm pretty good. That's cool. Look how thick that is. If I was a foam, I'll be that. If I was a foam, I'll be QUIVR 4 ounces. Look at that. That thing blotted out the sun.
Oh man.
That's all right. That's a waste of product. Now you're doing that.
Look at that.
Look at that. That's with Ryobi.
Look at that. Look at this. That's dummy foam.
Hey, spray it off. Let's see what the spray off is at 4 ounces. This is exciting.
That is dummy foam.
Look, that foam is if foam was fat and heavy, that would be me. Look how it's sliding off the panel. It's not staying. At 4 ounces, that's way too much. I think
way too much.
That's so yeah. Yeah.
I think 2 ounces you'd be coochie if you want something crazy. 4 ounces is crazy. 4 ounces is wild.
Dude, no, 1 ounce is enough. You don't
need 1 ounce is perfect. Yeah.
Bro. What did you tell me?
Let's see it rinse before it drips off. Don't try to help your IOB. Trash.
I'm trying to. This is the Cooper Jet. Ain't the IOB. Trying to untangle this mug. Yeah, you can. So when it piles up like that, it obviously
that's me.
Doesn't matter how many
all
layers
that weight.
of foam
Yeah, pulls it down.
It's coming down. So
still sprays off nice. Good lord. Good lord. Wow, that spray off is nice.
That baby's doing good.
Yeah, Ryobi. I'm gonna have to give up the Krensler for Ryobi, dog.
I'm telling you. Hey, doesn't inhibit our coating or nothing. Nothing affecting that.
That's
even all that's affected on the surface. Good quality is affected. Mr. V.
Yeah, I don't think you need 4 ounces. I think you just that was $8 on the truck on.
Yeah, you just moistened all my. So look at the ground. Look at that. Look, I'm going to have soap on the concrete for 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. Rebubble every time it rains.
That's crazy. All right, more questions. Thanks for doing that for the coacher. Shout out to the coacher for coming through.
Hey, shout out to 100 people live.
Josh.
I think that calls for a giveaway, you see.
Let's do a giveaway. Josh, you cool? We're going to give away some of your soap.
Let's do it.
Josh, you want to know what type of bass soap, what type of bass boat you got?
I have an older Stratus bass boat.
We'll answer 2 more questions and we'll go to a giveaway. Question, hot coat. How do you feel it's different than any other sprays on? I think he meant sealant because it's not a coating. You get a detail spray.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. Extremely easy to use. That's like the biggest thing that I wanted, but still gives a ton of protection. Even in direct sunlight, even on a hot panel, I can get it to work perfectly. I usually just reduce the quantity. Like if you load up your towel and then go on and it's a super hot day, obviously it's going to try and flash too fast, but you just reduce the amount that you're using on the towel, buff it in, it comes out perfect. So it's really just the ease of use and the longevity out of a product that's that easy to use.
This one's a question that's been asked for a while. So when does your pressure washer come out? I've been waiting to pull a trigger to buy a new one, but I'm waiting till yours comes out. How much details do you want to give of your journey so far? I know you made a video, but
yeah. So that's pretty much where we're at with the video. So production we should be getting them in. It's going to be right around Christmas. The process has been difficult. I had some things pulling me in different directions, and we finally narrowed in on it. And I'm super, super happy with how everything's going now. But yeah, it'll be about Christmas. So I always recommend people that if I really appreciate them wanting to wait. If they're in a pinch, I always say the Ryobi at $150 doesn't break the bank, and it'll get you through to that time.
Ryobi and hang in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do you feel like has been your biggest struggle with getting? I guess I'm just gonna ask you questions. Maybe people are thinking like, why December? You started so much earlier. I'm just asking the questions here, Josh. I know the answer, but the people don't like. Why December? Why not by SEMA? Why not earlier? I thought you started this project a year ago.
So
give me as much details as you want.
I had some progress going with one group of engineers in factory, and then got sidetracked to a different one that basically the other one said that they could produce at much faster, and that they were fast with it, but then once I got the samples, all the numbers weren't where I needed to be, and the machine is really, really loud, and I don't want that. One of the biggest things I want to do is make sure it's not an overly loud machine. So we reverted back to the original, and it's honestly it's my fault. I should have just stuck with. I knew the first one was the right call, and I just got that shiny object syndrome. I was like, well, let's try and do this, and it didn't work out. So, but everything's on track now, and we should be good to go for.
We used to say a thing back in the day when we made software. A dog that chases two birds catches none.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, so a lot of
lesson learned, All
right, let's go do a giveaway. Josh, do you have a question, or do you want me to ask it?
You do it.
Yeah, so Josh is a farmer, a mobile detailer, an entrepreneur, and a bass fisherman. What type of boat does he have? He named it. Don't not answer it. This is for a 32 ounce of his Quiver Rogue. What is the type of boat? I need the name of the boat. He named it. It's the name of the kind of boat it is. It's not
the brand of it. Yeah.
All right, here we got Lewis the Stratus. Is that right?
Nailed it. Yep.
Lewis, email Jamie at thehouseofrags.com. Don't email me because I don't answer emails.
This is a special towel, you see. It's real special.
I know what towel that is. All right. Let's do another giveaway. This would be for the hot coat. What was Josh's, not last video, but 2 videos ago, what was the title of that video? This is for hot coat.
See who's fastest on the internet, because I don't remember either.
Yeah, I got to look it up too.
Go search. Yeah, you got to make sure.
I watched yours. But you be pumping videos out like crazy, bro. What is it? Is it 3 times a week or what?
2 now. When I first started, it was 3. For the first 2 years or whatever, it was 3.
2 videos ago was not the Ryobi Creeper. Well,
there you are.
Was it the Ryobi Creeper 2 videos ago?
Yeah, technically, because the last one was.
Oh, yes, it was. I was thinking
Rogue,
2 videos, not including this video. I'm a douchebag. All right, who got it? I think Becca did, huh? Wait. On my phone, new Ryobi Creeper. No, Enthusiast did. Email Jamie. No, I lied. That's totally not. It wasn't you, bro. Sorry. I'm so sorry. So sorry, bro. Rip. Yeah. Josh, I'm just gonna give it to David and Becca. You two email Jamie at thehouseofrags.com. We'll give away 1 hot coat, and then we'll give away the new acid wheel cleaner to someone else. Those 2. All right, more questions. Here. Josh, what about using this to help with APC pre-spray dwell time? Pre-spray some APC, then cover it with Rogue. Have you tried that yet?
I've been playing with it, so I haven't made any recommendations with it because I've been trying it with some different brands. I again, because I don't know the chemical makeup of the other brands for their APCs, want to I don't want to say something and then maybe in one situation where one type of weather condition something happens. So I haven't made any specific recommendations on that, but it is. I mean, I would be fine doing it. Typically, what I do is a lot of times I'll even hit something with like DIY details, all clean, foam it on with an IK sprayer, let that break down, rinse that for the heavy stuff, and then foam.
Dude, when you did that truck video with you and
With
that
Ivan, yeah.
That was the first time you and Ivan working together, right?
Yeah, exactly. We've met, but yeah, that was the first time.
Is this when you fell in love with DIY? Because I've never seen you make a video on it. I just want to know what happened because you said awfully. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I know exactly. Well, that was the whole thing. When I first got the truck and posted that I got it and I was going to be working on it, and he reached out immediately. He's like, "Yeah, I have a way that I do it." So he sent the stuff out to the house so that it was ready when he came into town.
Go back inside.
Speaking of which, I was really sad I didn't get any. What you call? Was it bus cheese?
You didn't get bus cheese, bro?
No, bro. He flew out. Yeah.
Dude, he screwed you. Everyone gets that's the blessing, right? When you get bus cheese, that bus cheese is wild.
Yeah, he had flown out. So what could you do? But
so were you there? So you started using it then, and then what made you think like, oh man, this is pretty good? Because you never used it, right? You didn't use this.
Yeah, I hadn't. Yeah. So just things like, I mean, obviously it worked amazing for the process that we did, but then even like the gas cans, that truck has two gas caps on it. Both of them were absolutely disgusting. Like you open the door and your hand gets all nasty. We sprayed a little all clean in there, let it sit for a minute, rinsed it, and it came out 100%. So
that's when you
that was the moment of truth.
That's when you were like, oh snap! Right. I shouldn't have. Okay, all right.
Yep,
hey,
exactly.
Shout out to Top Class Detail, James.
What's up?
What does it smell like? I love the smell of Detail Co. Soft Wash and Active Foam. Look, tell them what it is.
Fair enough. Yeah, those are great. It's a pina colada scent. So if you go to 7-Eleven and grab yourself a pina colada Slurpee, it smells exactly like that.
I love 7-Eleven. Look, I haven't seen a 7-Eleven in like 14 years. Me and Jimmy went to Florida again, and I almost started crying. You're muted.
I am?
No.
Oh, Jamie is.
Jamie. All right. Yeah, you got real excited.
Oh, 7-Eleven, bro. The coffee hits. Like 7-Eleven hits.
Are there no 7-Elevens in Pocatello?
No, bro. No. We don't even have a Best Buy. Let me tell you what we don't have, okay? So you can feel sorry for me.
Okay.
There's no color people. There is no culture. There's no Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
Nah, you lying. Look, nah. They got a KFC in Pocatello. I don't know who's in there. Yeah, I don't know who's back there cooking the chicken.
True. You have to because you're the only.
They cook some chicken.
Place. Yeah, KFC
they can cook some chicken.
But we don't have a Dunkin' Donuts. We don't have a Roscoe Chicken and Waffles. We don't have a It's a Grind. We don't even have a Best Buy. We don't have a Target. You want to keep going?
You don't have a Target?
We don't have a Target. No.
Wow.
If you were running from the police, everyone in chat, you owe child support. You want to bury somebody? Come to Pocatello. No one's gonna find you. All right, that's I'll call it what it is.
Dude, not having a Best Buy is not. Did they never have anything that I need?
But sometimes I need anymore. Sometimes my laptop breaks.
Yeah, you need something quick.
I need something quick, right? So when I was developing software, I had a laptop that broke. I had to drive an hour away to pick up a laptop. Like I don't want to drive. That's a waste of time. Hour there, hour back. That's 2 hours.
For sure.
How much soap in the foam cannon if you have over 3 gallons per minute?
That's a.
I would start. I would start at a half an ounce, because even then start there. And if you want a little more foam, go to the full ounce. But I would think you'd be fine there.
Oh, this Jeff C's in the house. All right, what else we got? Who else we got here? Colin. Shout out to Colin. News coming up soon. I don't know what chemical or tools it would be, but Wake Eater, Quiver Collab would be cool.
Now we're talking.
You know what we should do? We got fish safe. Wait, we got a name for a soap that's hard to say, especially
fish safe boat soap.
Fish what?
Fish safe boat soap.
So this is actually certified. So we actually got certifications that it could go in the water and not kill fish. So it foams
readily biodegradable.
Doesn't die, and then the sealant is pretty dope. But anyway, that'll be a quick collab. Did you test Rogue with Grill's Foam Boss with meter and tip? Does it work okay?
Great question. I know I did not.
Yeah, I haven't tested it either.
Dude, the
No.
grills foam cannon has been hitting
Sweating.
lately. Look, my Simba died. My MTE, like the
MTM?
whatever,
Mobile Tech Expo foam.
bro, it died. It died. Like it turned too much. Like I turned it too hard. Because you remember mine was working from the beginning, and I was the only one.
Yeah, you said it was perfect. Yeah,
Like you called me, you're like, you're lying. I was like, no, dude, I'll show you. And I showed you. You remember? And we even did a video chat together.
Yeah,
It's the best foam cannon in the world. It died.
It
died.
I turned it, snapped in half, and then I had grills and yours. The grills, I keep yours for like certain soaps, and I create grills anyway. Slaps.
Look, everybody, we're running overtime. They've got the No Direction Detail podcast airing right now, so we'll wrap this up here in a minute.
Why do you just get this right before?
Because I look hard out. All right, Josh got to go.
No, we got like 20 questions here. All right, we got 20 questions, chat.
We got stuff to hard out. All right.
No, we got 20 questions, chat. Let's go fast. All right. How many ounces of I wanted to make a gallon in advance? How many ounces would you put in a gallon to make a pre-mix of your soap?
A premix for what?
Like you know how Keith does, like he'll buy a 5-gallon pail, mix like 6, 7, 8 ounces or whatever, make the perfect dilution, put in foam cannon spray. How many ounces would you put in a thing?
Oh, I see. Okay, so 32 ounces into 128. Here, let's see. 128 divided by 32 would be 4 ounces. Where did I just go with that? So 4 ounces to a gallon. So yeah, 4 ounces in, and then add your water, and that'll equate to 1 ounce per foam cannon.
How big is your bass boat motor? Your bass boat motor?
I have a 150 on it. It's repowered, so I have a 4-stroke on there now because it was an older boat that had a 2-stroke. Now I have a 4-stroke.
Josh, we got to go quick because Jamie does schedule stuff like.
Okay.
All right, question for Josh. With all the great soaps out there, why choose yours? What are the pros of your soap? Good question.
High foam, long dwell time, nice and slick. You can use in direct sunlight. I do always say though, if you have a soap that you're using and you're super happy with it,
just stay with it.
Yeah. No need to complicate things.
Can you use Quiver ceramic hot coat in a foam cannon, maybe an ounce or two? Oh, that's a great. Yes.
Yeah. So I don't. I think you can. I think
interesting.
You get the most out of the product, the best value, just by spraying some into your. I bet you. I mean, you definitely could. I guess. I just don't do it. I'll test that actually and see how many ounces it would actually make it the most beneficial.
That's a good video waiting to happen, Josh.
Yeah, for sure.
Hi guys, for pure gloss, not for protection, what should I use? Shield, Sheen, or Foam Plus? Oh my lord,
Sheen, right? I think Sheen focuses on gloss
or Foam Plus. Sheen.
I never
tried
them side by side.
I never tested side by side. I don't want to lie to you.
That's a good YouTube video.
Use Infinity. Use Infinity. You'll be good. All right.
Yeah, all these ideas right now, huh?
Is it 7 pH or slightly off? You know, the sticklers may say it's not pH neutral.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I've tested it with my gauge. Again, it's right out of the ball. It's coming around 7.3, whatever, something like that. I calibrate it and make sure it's as dialed in as I possibly can, because I have these 3 different solutions for low pH, neutral, and then high pH. Calibrate the whole thing, stick it in there. So that's where I'm
yours an expensive meter?
Yes, I mean. Yeah. $130, something like that. Yeah,
way too damn much. All right, look, it's soap, right? It's soap. If you don't want a high pH, use water. All right, let's go here. Josh, would you call hot coat? This is your opinion, Josh. Make sure you say your opinion.
My opinion, for sure.
Would you call hot coat an upgrade over Tech 8582?
581, I believe, the ceramic detail spray. I love that product. That was definitely an inspiration because that product is very, very easy to use as well. I think in my experience, I'm getting more longevity out of mine. It's still extremely easy to use. So that's where I sit with it. It gets longer longevity, in my opinion.
All right, Josh, thanks for answering all the questions. That's all the questions we have. Sorry to keep it short. We're having a good time. Ooh. This guy scheduled something right after yours. Worst scheduler in the world.
Look, hop on over to No Direction Detail. Give them some love. Brian and Aaron, they're doing a paint correction demo on this one. It's real good. So go check it out. Josh V, we can't wait for your next drop. Looking forward to it. We'll see what it is.
Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it.
You announce pressure washer, and then you do a foam cannon, then you do hot coat, and then you do a soap. Who knows what's next?
Got to keep people guessing,
Got to keep us on our toes. I like
That's
it.
Right.
All right, Eddie, got anything on the way out? Eddie,
next Thursday, we got some news. Come next Thursday. It should be a pretty good time.
Memorial Day sales run wild.
The puzzle together, and then Josh, thanks for everything. And then
some chicken.
Dang, I want some
this
chicken.
weekend.
Right, I'm out.
Some steak. Right, Josh, what you cooking this weekend?
I don't know. I got a car show I'm doing on Sunday. So
Our
we'll
show.
see. I don't know what's going on Saturday yet, but
Josh
There
cooking
you
his
go.
chicken. He names his chicken and kills him. He's like, I'm gonna
calls
call this Tom. We're having Tom
Yeah.
for this. Snaps the neck.
No, he calls this one barbecue. He calls this one, supper, dinner,
Josh, you ever eat your chickens, bro?
nugget.
no, we haven't. No,
Oh, not
the
yet?
eggs all day, but no.
My mom be out
kids
there
would kill
killing
me, dude.
chickens, eating it, and buried in the ground like it's Tuesday.
She out there whipping them around.
And she's
All
like,
right, everybody. We
by the
appreciate your
neck.
Memorial Day sale. Go enjoy it. Enjoy your weekend. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. We'll see you on
everyone.
the next one.
See you guys.
bye.